Bowling, brought to you by Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. Jeff Weiler's Eastgate Auto Mall, where over 1,000 cars, trucks, and vans are cheaper in the country. And by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of Miller Lite, life is good.
Good morning, Cincinnati. This is week number 4 of the BPA King of TV Bowling. I'm your host, David Newrath. Jennifer Kleekamp and I have been bringing you the action week after week, bringing you the best bowling you're going to find anywhere on your television dial.
Patrick Brock and Bill Roth, we have them today for you. Two guys have never been on TV before, so we're going to see how they can handle the pressure of the lights and the competition.
That's right, and we're going to see some of that competition in just a few minutes. Stay with us. Don't go away. He should be able to tell us what's going on. And game number 1 is our 189 and under division. As you've stated before, Jen, this division has really been holding its weight in the scoring category week after week. They've really putting out some great numbers.
Last week, of course, Mike Timmers featuring a 279 game. Right here we have Bill Roth. Looks fairly relaxed out there, giving that gum a workout.
Yeah, whatever it takes to keep you loose, a little bit quick to the line, rears up a little bit, and the ball goes wide. We've seen it 100 times. There's 101.
The 2-4-10, a very makeable split. If you're going to leave one, at least make one that's highly convertible.
That's fun to watch. You have to follow the arrow, as you see on the AMF magic triangle there above the lanes. Go to the left. There you go. Ooh,
excellent try. Dave, I have to tell you, Bill Roth hit at 701 to qualify, and at one point, the 189 division and under, the 701 was beating the upper scratch division. Oh. At one point here at Delfair Lanes. In Delhi. By the way, March 1st and 2nd, they're having the 27th annual Thule Classic. That is a great tournament. Come on out and give it a try. As I said, 701. What a score.
Leaving a split in the first frame, almost converting it. This is wide also. Bill really has to just kind of get the speed back down, stay down at the line. Everybody, when you're in that very important tournament where you have to throw the shot of the evening, just try to reflect a little bit as you're looking at the 2-8 to keep your feet slow, stay down at the line, and get through the ball. If you do those 3 things right, there's a very good chance you're going to be around the pocket. Nice spare.
Nice. Very good. Hit both of the pins with the ball. Very good conversion.
Looks like Patrick forgot what lane he was going to be up on there, but he figured out that the right lane is where he needs to be, and the 1-3 pocket is where he wants to wind up.
Need to look at the arrows here on the automatic score markers here at Delfair Lanes.
And the arrows, I'm not going to tell you to throw it there. Right through the heart of the pins, leaving the 4, 7, and the 10.
Now this one is a little more tricky. You're going to have to get to the extreme left-hand side of the 4-pin to slide it over.
It's in the channel early. Really didn't give it a chance.
You have to collect his thoughts here, get lined up. Patrick Brock, age 34, averaging 178, and he had a 673 to qualify. First ever TV appearance. High game 290. Looking good.
290, that's doing it to it a couple of times, and Patrick's going to have to settle down and start pounding the pocket here. And we want to thank the crew, giving us some great shots here. All the guys in the truck running our cameras. Our handheld guy there is going to be bringing you some up close and personal kind of stuff, and we're We're not seeing the spares made again. Though this, we have to explain, in the 189 and under division, Jen, the difference, of course, is the huge striking ball that the different divisions plays. But the biggest thing, I think, is the spare making.
Make your spares. The strikes will take care of themselves.
Let's see if Bill can get this right lane. It's a little better shot, but it's still, you know, awfully rigid at the line, standing a little too erect at the line and not getting the good leverage here.
Now, I think he needs to get his feet a little bit more right, David, and pick up a little bit more of a drier part of the lane. Shooting the war shot from the left-hand side.
Using a 5-step approach, and again, the knee locks up and he gets through the ball. If he's going to work on any part of his game, it would be the finish of his approach.
Score's very close, David. Not a great match, but at least it's close.
2 pins separating our 2 players. Bill and Patrick going at it here, but hopefully they start going at it with some spares and some strikes. Again, the footwork and the position at the foul line a little more erect, and his weight is going out over his sliding foot there, Jennifer. And you know, we watch footwork week after week. The better bowlers are going to get a little further back. There you see it. His balance just isn't really there, so therefore no leverage, can't get through the ball cleanly and put any action on it.
We have some women here today from the Greater Cincinnati Women's Bowling Association. Oh, great pickup there.
Fantastic shot. You're right. And maybe that'll loosen up this 189 and under division. As we were talking about the footwork before, you know, there you go, left, right. Now watch the knee. Now watch the knee. It locks up and he rears up a little bit, but on this spare, you don't need power. You just need accuracy. So that works out well as he throws the 1 into the 10-pin, carries through with the 2 and the 8.
And we'd like to welcome Pat Canfield and Joy Scamper coming off from the Greater Cincinnati Women's Bowling Association. Giving out some goods, Joy Scamper does. And Pat Canfield, they'd like me to remind you that they have their city tournament coming up very soon. The entries will be closing. That tournament will be held at Seymour Lanes, and entries are going to close on March the 1st. So get your entry in. That is a great tournament. Lots of fun. Seymour Lanes, Greater Cincinnati City Championship.
Well, you have a lot more fun there than our 2 bowlers are having right now. Really having a lot of trouble. The 1996 City Championship tournament is at Seymour Lanes. Team events Saturday, March 16th, Sunday, March 24th. 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Friday, March 22nd and 7. Of course, if you want any more information, you get a hold of either Seymour Lanes or you can call the Women's Bowling Association, and they'll be glad to set you up with a time. Bowling in city tournaments is so much fun.
Of course, that's a handicap tournament, so anybody, virtually anybody, can bowl as long as you are a member of the WIBC.
Well, even at that point, you know, it's money well invested in a great time, and you can rack up a couple of city championships
and some dough too.
That's right. Not to mention you can make a few extra bucks. The Women's Bowling Association of Greater Cincinnati and the ABC, the American Bowling Congress, govern the tournaments and some of the rules here in Cincinnati. A great bowling town. There we go. Gonna get on track now. Patrick Bruck, 5'8", 190 pounds. He's 34 years old. And
Bill Roth, of course, married to Mary Jo, 37 years old. 5'7", 150. Those are the stats on him.
Ah, the tail of the tape, right?
Started bowling at the age of 12 in junior leagues. And he does have an infamous 300 game.
Locking the knee, rearing up a little bit again, going light, leaving the 2-5 after carrying the light swisher there in the 5th frame.
Bill tells us about his style that his one trouble spot is that he tends to muscle the ball, which he says causes him to loop the ball, and that may be what he's trying to do right now.
Well, there you see converting the spare, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes to conclude match number 1, so stay with us.
Impressive resume, Peter.
Thank you, sir.
As members of the American Bowling Congress, these men receive valuable benefits.
Last part of game number 1. Two bowlers having trouble getting off the blocks. Patrick Brock trails. Yeah, he's trailing by 24 as we come back from commercial. And you're right, that was one of the closest shots of the match.
And hello to Patrick's children, Cheryl and Tiffany.
Ages 8 and 5. A couple of cute kids from Forest Park. Patrick bowls out at Northwest. High average of 178. Said he started bowling at age 9. Bowls 3 times a week. If you want to improve your game, 2-3 times a week is where it's at, either in leagues or 1 or 2 leagues, and then get out and practice a little bit on the weekends. That's how you make your game better.
Again, a little high, but in the right area.
You're absolutely right.
Zoning in.
Well, we're zoned in with our sponsors again this year. Everybody's supporting our sponsors. Pepsi, one of the greatest drinks you're ever going to find in all of the BPA centers and most places where you attend sporting events all around the city. The full family of Miller beers, one of my favorites, one of my favorite is Ice House, of course. There you see the Miller BPA scoreboard indicating some lower scores, but they've got a little time to beef it up right here. And of course, Jeff Weiler, he's going to, well, Jim, why don't you tell them about the special of the week here in just a minute. Jeff's really come across with a great promotional idea, and that is the, well, what is it? You pay invoice?
You pay invoice. If you mention to them that you saw their commercial on King of TV Bowling, they will give you that car at invoice. This week only.
Well, yeah, you get out there. Jeff's got a great family of dealerships on the east side of town, and in conjunction with the BPA group, we're offering this special deal. And if you're looking for a new automobile, head on out to the east side of town. Jeff Weiler has any kind of car that you're looking for. It's out there.
And of course, the feature car this week is a Pontiac Grand Am, and in the case of a 300 game, today that car will go away with the rightful owner.
There you see it.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful car. It could go away to a 300 game, but they've still got a couple of them laying around out there for you to purchase at invoice. If you mention to Jeff and company that you heard about it on the BPA King of Bowling,
he's smiling.
Our first strike of the match, well, second, I'm sorry, is registered here in the 8th frame by Bill Roth, and maybe we can break the ice right about now.
Let's go. Not a bad adjustment, though, David. He's gone high twice. That time he goes light, so he did at least make an adjustment. Just a little too far.
We've said it before. If things aren't going well for you, change something. There you see the 3, the 5, and the 6. Let's see a spare. Oh, and the problems continue. Patrick Brock has registered a 95 in the 8th frame. Bill Roth has a strike up in the 8th, and he carries into the last 2 frames a 38-pin lead.
Looking very intently at his mark. Just pulled up a little bit on that one, Dave. Cut it short, and it hooked off on him.
Well, Patrick Brock is better days ahead, Patrick. Averaging 178. This is far below what he is used to shooting, and I'm sure the TV lights have had an effect, but still a good sport as we watch the single pin spare miss. At this point, we're looking at Bill Roth, the winner of our first game, this in week 4. Bill Roth, our winner in 189 and under. Great way to close the match out. Patrick Bruck will finish up later, but you see it on the scoreboard there. The double has really put this one out of reach.
Just happy to get this one over with now. Both of these gentlemen struggling a whole lot today.
Yeah, it looks like he's giving himself a little word of encouragement. And
David, he got that ball out into a drier part of the lane, a more extreme outside line, and the ball grabbed.
Well, here's the thing you gotta remember, folks. We've been watching a game that is really filled with open frames and filled with mistakes. However, if you put strikes together, I mean, a 113 in the 7th frame, he can finish now with a 203 game just because he's putting strikes together. Well, it's going to be a 190 something, but again, it's going to be good enough to win. Bill Roth wins match number 1 against Patrick Bruck.
As I mentioned before, David, the Thule Classic's going on. Maybe we can bring you out of retirement. March 1st and 2nd.
Well, I'm not sure I could do any damage, but it would be a lot of fun to just come out and bowl with everybody again. Look forward to it.
I think we're going to get a shift up. Would you like to join us?
Why not? Yeah, count me in.
March 1st and 2nd, and also on March 16th, they have shifts at 12 and 2. Well, now Patrick's got the line, but now the game's over, unfortunately. That was an excellent shot.
Well, Patrick leaving the 10 pin, as you stated, finding the line a lot too late, but let's see. I might as well rack up a spare.
We're going to be featuring Nick Vogelsang here shortly, going against George Hensley. Haven't seen him in a long time. What a great bowler, George. Southpaw.
Well, Nick Vogelsang has been Mr. Excitement for years and years, and as you said, we haven't seen George in a while, but what a consistent player and just a super individual. Well, this match is over. Bill Roth winning 192 over Patrick Bruck's 123. We'll be back for match number 2 in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us. Delfair Lane.